Hey guys, welcome to April's update. Even though it is now like a third of the way through May, I just hadn't sat down and made my videos. Too many things, I guess, going on. But did get my Cursed City guys finished up for April. You can tell I used this to prime them on. You can also tell they're a little magnetized. But got old Stabby McPoshmakins, who cannot focus. There we go. Got him all painted up. He turned out pretty well. There's a couple of things that I might have done differently or I would like to go back and redo, but honestly, I need to just march forward and get everything done. His jacket turned out really nice, like a darker red. And then just he looks posh and refined and also ready to stab you in the eyeball after he shoots you. And I did got the 6 little corpse bat swarms or whatever they're called, vampiric bats. You can tell that's a little bit of magnetic. I don't know why it's not focusing so well, but I have never been so unenthused to paint anything as these little bats. Just because there's so much organic detail on them, and you can't really, like with this guy, I could just block in the various man-made items and do a little bit of shading or a little bit of whatever, and it worked out fine. But for these guys, went from was it not Doom Bull Brown? What was it, Doom Bull Brown? Or something? No, one of the brown Citadel colors, and shaded it up to. Not Katie. Yeah, Katie and Fleshtone, I think, was the last little bit on the wings to make them look more batty. And they turned out pretty well, considering how much I did not wish to paint them. But again, they're just going to be incidental fodder in the game, and so I don't need to sit there and make them Golden Demon. That's what I have to continually tell myself, even though those of you who have been on this channel for a while know that Golden Demon quality is not only time consuming, it is well beyond my paintbrush's reach. But there we go, there's another 7 models done for the Cursed City. I got about 19 left, and I finished up, like 30 of them, I think. Like 11 and 11 and 6 and 6. Yeah, so that alone is 28, and then 3 characters, 29, 30, 31. And so yeah, 31 of them, and just have a couple left. Working on Octron here. He's the good necromancer. Ha ha ha, like they can be good necromancers, but it is Warhammer. Nobody's nice. Just kind of went vaguely off of the box art. On the box, his purple is much darker and his gray is much bluer, like more Fenrisian gray. But I already had like a Fenris blue for the Ulfenwatch, and so I didn't want him to match too carefully. Also worked on the flesh for the Kingdom Death Halloween Satan. Again, this is a recast, so I'm using it more as a experimental palette. And so not too terribly concerned, not like if the too many real Kingdom Death models that I have. The big one that I worked on this month is this Pensive Angel from Shoshie's Miniatures. He turned out really well. I spent a lot more. I did try to work up a lot more blending and flesh tone, and even painted his eyes. Didn't dare to do the pupils. My hands are not that steady. But I did give him like a light sea gray eye. You can still see the crack down the middle where the wings glued onto his back. I couldn't quite get that to close up. And to have painted this with the wings on where I could have sealed the gap with putty or something like that would have been much more difficult than it was worth. And so I will gladly take a small crack on the back where this guy will be displayed in the display case like this anyway. But I probably could have gone a little bit higher on the contrast with the purple robes. And the flesh, I think I did, for me, I did a fairly decent job. I did much better than I normally do. That's kind of where started working on this one because I was working on him, and so I'd try a few things with her, and it's like, oh, okay, that worked pretty well, so let's go with this dude. And but yeah, he turned out pretty well. Come on, focus. Yeah, that is his face camera. Thank you very much. But yeah, and there you can kind of see the crack. You know, if you turn it to the side, or the side you can't see it, just straight on, you can definitely see the crack in between his wings. And so he'll just be on the pinup shelf with all the ladies, and that way all the girls can have somebody to look at. So it works out fine. I might be able to swing him to where I can take him to the wife's work and drop him off just when she's not looking. I kind of want to put more contrast on the base too, but I've already got all the little flowers and the grass on there. But we'll see. But yeah, you know, I've got Octron here. I've got the 3 triplet vampires from Cursed City and the big Vargeist. Not Vargeist, like the feral vampire, the person who gave in to his full-on bloodlust. And, you know, it's looking at all these other little projects that I've started and never really worked on. Like, was it Ripper Jackson here? You know, she has been primed for over a year and sat in the same spot. I mean, if I start to paint her, I will have to brush the dust off of her to get started. Still got the Imperial Assault guys to finish up, so I can finish that last mission with my kids before they go off to college, which, you know, 6th and 4th grade, it's getting close. Got my Empire Fire Wizard from my Empire Army, which, honestly, for him, the main reason he's not painted is that the cities of Sigmar, they're just so weak right now. They're if you do all human, if you do shenanigans and other things, then you can make them fairly strong and fairly presentable. But I went for a theme of all human, you know, with steam tanks and everything, and just that turns out to be the absolute weakest setup that you can go for Sigmar, at least the weakest that I had the models for. Still got some Arco-Flagellants from the Sisters box. I've got Boromir here, who's been painted like this for at least 5 years and just not finished. One of his ancestors, Elendil, who also is primed but not painted. Now, he was painted at one point, and I stripped him because I wanted to repaint him after gaining some skill. But an objective marker with the old metal Inquisitor. I think this is from Inquisitor Codiaz. This is his box, the old metal one, and one of the hero bases for Warhammer. And I wanted to make him an objective marker, which luckily it fit onto the right size. And you know, I just honestly just need to do the lettering on the little things and pick out some of the book, and that'll be done. Got this project that I started for my brother and his wife a couple of years ago, and just chickened out when it came to painting the steampunk Mary Poppins, and then, you know, painted her up pretty well, and just need to finish her accoutrements and touch up some stuff on Bert here. Maybe paint his face a little better. Let's see if I can get that hand back onto the pen. Nope. Okay, I'll do that when I'm not on camera. You know, so there's that. This is the only one out of the, you know, remember when they released the 8th edition and they had all the books leading up to it with Robot Girly Man coming back to life, and they released, was it the Elf book when Cadia broke, and when all that stuff. This was the one character that I've assembled and mostly painted, and got mad at myself because I sprayed the primer too hard on this side, and so it's really caked in the details. You can kind of see it right around the knees purity seal. And, you know, I could just get a new one and paint that up, but, you know, it's much easier to just leave him undone and then curse yourself every time you look at him. First edition relaunch of Blood Bowl. These guys, I was painting them up as Alabama, because who can argue that the orcs would play pretty much like Alabama does? That's an inside joke, I guess. Well, this guy at Christmas time I sent the Scions box to a friend of mine. And sent the Scions first, and then later on sent him the rest of it. Except for this guy, I wanted this guy out of it. It was a gift package thing, and I had already exceeded the Secret Santa price limit for that. I have the ever-present Hodor and Bran, which I just need to paint Bran's hair and call it done, and rim the base and put some snow flock on it. Look at the third Arcoflagellant. These are all these, and this is just the stuff that's sitting under my monitor that I look at every day. The Jyn Erso character from Imperial Assault, a classic Saint Celestine, and she has all her cherubim cloak and little halo as well. I have to be careful. The sword broke. The reason I got this one is that somebody had put it on eBay because the sword broke off her hand, and I had to do like 1/10 of a millimeter rod into her hand, so I'm gonna put her back up there so I don't lose her. Fine cast vampire from right before 8th edition dropped for fantasy, or because I was totally going to get a vampire counts army, and then they did 8th edition, and then they did Sigmar, and here's Eisenhorn just waiting for this piece to get put on, the paint to get onto his back, and the staff. The only thing I've ordered from Hero Forge is a pair of Centauresses. One of the classical age Gaelic type with the huge kite shield and spear. The other one kind of a college girl who's gone out brawling in the back alleys of some college town. She's there at the pub. Let's see. Got this guy, which I painted long ago when I started the Grey Knight's army, but I mean he could really use some extra help. At least he'll need a new base anyway. Let's see, who else do we have up here? The very first Warhammer 40k model that I bought, which was the Emperor's Champion, the old metal one, and as I washed him, I washed his backpack down the sink, and so I think it's probably still in the sink trap under the sink, and so when they tear out the bathrooms in a couple of years, when they're going to remodel our bathroom, I'll see if they can find it. Inferno Pistol Inquisitor. He's just sitting there waiting for the fire to get painted, for his highlights to get put on. Let's see. Oops, don't bump the camera there, Dad. More of the Starks from the Kickstarter box, which honestly, these are the last 6. Counting Bran and Hodor. They're the last 6 of the Stark side of the box. Well, no, I think I have the cavalry. But that's, if you don't finish your projects, they just start to pile up. And again, that's just right here. Shoot, here we go. Let's reach over here to the side. Got my Imperial Fists captain from the Indomitus box, which honestly he's looking pretty good. Actually, I probably should just finish him up in a couple weeks. These guys just need a gloss paint and then panel lined, and I'll call them done, and they can go in with the other guys. Really need to get a carrying case for them. Another objective marker with another inquisitorial cherub, which that one won't take long to paint up. You just need to sit down and paint it instead of playing like Apex Legends or whatever. And that, honestly, that's all I'm going to dig out. That's just sitting here on my desk. That's just things that I've started. It doesn't count the other. Let's say I've got the 12 dwarves for the 13 dwarves, one of whom I'm nearly finished, from the Hobbit release years ago, the 13 plastic dwarf set that came with the goblins from Goblin Town, which I did paint almost all the goblins. Got them all painted up years ago. Got all these. Oh shoot! And that's just all the open stuff. We're not even. Oh, there's some Menoth stuff that still needs to get painted. All right, here we go. I've gone from showing what I did do to showing what I didn't do, because why wouldn't you just punish yourself for no real good reason? Alrighty, well it's lunchtime here, and it's my job, according to the missus, to order what we are going to eat for lunch. So this will be my sign off. Gonna get some of this stuff painted. Definitely the Cursed City, because they're sitting over there, and I will get to play with those. These I might get to play with. I have a buddy who wants to learn the current edition of Warhammer 40K, and so I'm gonna start playing with him. Maybe bring my sisters out and learn. I haven't even played with their new codex. Just cause of churns and kids. That's what'll get you. Anyway, well, I do count this as a good month because I did paint more than I bought. Because with the 6, 7 from Curse City, this guy is 8 models, and I only bought, let's see, I only bought 3. No, 2. I only bought 2. I bought 2 from that place, Kingdom Death. They had a sale the other day, and I bought one. It's a model, a female model who has like chin to toe armor, which is rare for Kingdom Death, so I snatched that one up. And another one, the aristocratic survivor or something like that, and she is actually fully clothed too, which again is rare for Kingdom Death. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good May. Hope that you get everything done that you wish to get done. Hope that you're getting your hobby finished up, and that you can find good times and happy memories in all that you do. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Hope you have a wonderful week. Adios.